another zeitgeist across the planet is this taking the local situation and its needs and concerns and finding a way to engage human resource so that it can generate what is needed there. Now, in a small village in rural Africa, we can get around that. Start to grow a garden. Like, we just need a well to grow a garden. We need to do different practices so we let the trees grow back. See, and it's like, who's going to do that? Well, we just talk to each other. It makes sense. See, and we honor people so that they begin to find a way to cooperate. So we have that ability then to work on that small village scale and begin to develop, those resources, like, and bring in this. So instead of running power lines to the village, how they can then generate their own electricity. Now medical people prepared with their little, solar batteries and whatever it is to get the energy to give them a little light to provide medical services when they're out in the back rural area. So that makes sense to us there, but same thing going on, say in a big metropolitan area. There's this approach that's being done, it's being experimented, where the business model is buy this abandoned factory building that's really cheap, and then within that, how many stories it has, you build in hydroponic gardens, and they can grow 24/7 and make vegetables, and you can set the energy up such with your grid and your panel cells and whatever else you do. So and the heat, like the waste, the one, like say you have a brewery and you have a lot of waste and it ferments and it makes energy and it creates electricity, and then you have solar panels and you end up with a net energy system, a net zero energy system where it's self-contained, yet it's producing these vegetables. It sounds kind of like a plant. You see, like a plant in the ground. You plant it, it grows and it makes fruit. And it gets pulls from the earth and pulls from the sun and sky, and somehow this relationship between earth and sky puts this fruit out, puts this vegetable out. So it's starting to do that same thing. But yet this is a local food farm in a building, and there's no transportation to the city. So you don't need the fossil fuel. So this is many ways in local situations, whether it's a big city or a town, we're discovering how we can make that a sustainable system. It's in balance with nature. So this is human beings doing this. One of the comments this guy made that was doing this farm project is, I have the vision, I have the organizational ability, and I just said, well, we can do this. And so, what do we need to do this? Well, we need this engineer, we need this person with this talent, we need this person that can build this, we need to, do this. And so his viewpoint, the people that know how to do it will come forward to cooperate with your business plan. So, if you're going to do a scenario, see, that just became a scenario of how to create this farm in the middle of a big city, USA. And so you pursue it. And you have the backdrop of everything else that's going on, and that there's the stress in the culture actually serves and supports you. The people inside are looking for another way. Some are too caught up in their fear to trust what's happening, but everybody's looking for another way. So this innovation's starting to come out, so, and this is inside of each of us. We're made to do this. So how is this happening? Well, there's a deeper presence inside of people. So when you start working with your paper and engaged in this wonderful process, there's a preparation going on. And then there's at some point say, okay, now that I have learned from me how to be this way, how to be love-based and fearless, I can go now and I can engage projects that need to be done in the world, that are being asked to be done. I can join somebody else's project and become this kind of consciousness in it. Or I can start a project. Or I can be a consultant to business. Or like Mary's project in Texas, there's a way of being in that in a much more powerful way. See, we must realize that whatever we have unresolved in ourselves, when we do a project with people, we're going to teach our unresolution. So if we're fearful, we're going to teach fearfulness. If we need to control, we're going to teach them to control. See? But if we're as the sun and don't treat life as a debtor, then there's enough for everyone. We keep drawing out that abundance. And so that's implicit in this process. So, in a way, you might consider this sacred work. That you're using this last writing project to bring all that we've done so far in this course, or even in this program, and bring it home to yourself. And take a stand in your own life. Take charge of the creative, reflexive relationship of you and possible lives you can live. Consider that you're here and present, and the more present you become, the more you bring the past and the future into that sphere. That who you are is calling forward who you are in everything you do.